I hope my GoPro works because it's been having some issues. Been freezing up on me, so hopefully it's working this time. I'm way back deep on some public land. I'm kind of hunting in the middle of a draw right now. The only reason I'm here and not in a slightly different spot is because I was walking in and there was a flashlight that kind of just popped up next to mine, probably about 100 yards away. And they were going the same way I was, so I didn't really know what to do. I just kept going. And eventually I didn't see their light anymore, so I'm probably like 70 yards away from where I was planning on sitting. I got down in this bottom, and there's a bench on the other side of the bedding area, and there was a scrape that looked pretty dang fresh. You know, it was pretty big. So, I don't know. I'm set up, so I'll just sit here, see how it goes. It seems like there's a lot of deer sign right in here. It just rained last night, so not a lot of fresh hoof prints and stuff, but that scrape looked like it was freshened up probably yesterday. Pretty dang cool. Having not been in the spot that I was planning on being in, that was pretty cool. I'm guessing they're bedded up there somewhere. It's not very good. It's not horrible, but it's also not very good. Sorry if this footage is boring. There's not really much to this. I'm literally just walking out before daylight, sitting somewhere, repositioning. I'm just trying to key in on where I think the best spot to kill one of these bucks is. It's pretty dang open up in here. Not really all that confident in this little spot. Although there was that scrape over there, and that was a pretty good sized scrape. I talk like I know what I'm talking about, but I don't really. Hunting public land. I haven't even killed a buck on Michigan public land yet. This will be my second year hunting mostly public land. That's the rub that buck made this morning. I'm just gonna kind of go take a look at this scrape and just get a better visual on the sign on this saddle up here. You can see up there's the top. There's another ridge here, and there's a kind of a finger comes down right here. That's where those bucks came off of this morning, so check it out. And then this right here is the actual scrape. It's pretty big, very big. There's a small one there, larger one there. That buck peed in the scrape right there. But this whole area right here is just dirt. So to me, this is a pretty nice scrape. I'm gonna go start sneaking over to the other side where I was originally planning on hunting this morning. Go see what that looks like.
Why he continues to get one up on me.
Well, I decided to back out of that spot, not because I don't have faith in it, but because I really needed some reflector tacks on my entrance trail, because this was the second morning going in there and it was an absolute nightmare. Like, I was all over the place. I thought, like, oh, it's my second time, I should have it figured out a little better. Nope. It's just so hard to know where you're at in the dark. So it was amazing. On the way back, when I was tacking my trail, I was finding these areas and I'm like, dang, it's so easy walking through this little lane right here. And I was only like, I don't know, 5 yards off of it, and I had no idea that little lane was there. Just stupid. It was really annoying. So got the tack line laid, and I'm gonna go figure out where I need to go next. Gotta go find a gas station.
In the next 5 practices, I was listening to the battalion coach talking about it.
In 3/4 of a mile, turn right onto.
Time to go do it all over again. Well, I am heading out for the evening. Things have kind of taken a little bit of a change. I was planning on doing at least one out-of-state hunt, probably 2. The Ohio dates ended up getting switched up with the people we were planning on going down and hunting with. So Ohio probably isn't going to happen unless it's later in the season. So that left Wisconsin, and I was planning on going to Wisconsin probably here next weekish. That may not end up happening. I just got permission to a piece of private ground, which is crazy because I don't spend my time going around asking for permission and knocking on doors. It literally just was a friend of my wife's. You know, I just mentioned to my wife, I was like, hey, you think they'd be interested in, or open to me possibly hunting some of the ground if they have any? She was like, I don't know, I'll talk to them. Anyways, long story short, I was going to trade them for, I don't know, pretty much anything, whatever I could come up with that I felt like was of value. Because I know, I mean, it's so hard to get permission here in Michigan. Most people that own land already have people hunting. They don't want other people hunting, or they just want to hunt it and have it for themselves. And I totally don't blame them, because I feel like if I own property, or was lucky enough to get my own piece of property, I certainly wouldn't just let anybody go hunt it. But it literally is out of the kindness of their heart that they're letting me hunt this. So I feel extremely lucky, extremely blessed. They sent me the pin to it on maps, and I looked at it and I was like, holy cow, this place could be money. It just looks
It looks really good. There's a decent amount of woods, a little bit of swamp. Surrounding it is a lot of big chunks of woods and just stuff where it's like, man, you know, like this is one of the main crop fields out here. Like it could be a draw for deer from miles around. So I'm really stoked, not just for right now, if there's, you know, any good deer using it, but also even for late season to be able to possibly have even just harvested crop fields to go hunt could just totally change the outlook of my season. So probably just gonna end up spending a lot of time in Michigan this year. I've got a week planned to hunt with my brother John, and then I got this new spot, so I'm gonna go check it out. Like, I got butterflies in my tummy. It's like kind of like a first date feeling where you're like, oh my gosh, this could be crazy. It's probably best to hunt on some sort of an east wind. I think you could get away hunting some locations on a straight south or a straight north, which is what we have today. We got a straight south wind, so I'm gonna hang up on the north side, maybe find a good spot to set up if I can. I'm really just kind of hoping to start putting deer in the freezer, because not only will it give me good experience, but I just need meat. And if you just try and trophy hunt all year long and you pass upon all the opportunities you have to shoot does, you're gonna get to the end of the year and you might end up with an empty freezer, and I do not want that. Tracks all over this field. Lots of old scat, new scat. Just lots of tracks. Lots. This looks really good. Old scrape. Another one right there. This is probably gonna be my first sit right up in here somewhere. Well, I made it up into a tree. I can't really say what I'm gonna see tonight. I have absolutely no clue. Both of these fields are corn, which I'm totally fine with. I love hunting cornfields. I passed one little chunk of woods on my way in that's on the neighbors, and then it was pretty much like fence line until I got up to here. And then right here, I've got kind of a dip in a cut, like a wooded cut that comes out and kind of juts out into this field a little bit. I'm kind of hunting the inside corner on the high side of the cut. So my wind is blowing in my face away from the field. There's a couple scrapes out here in front of me. It's blowing out down kitty corner to this fence line right here. The neighbor's got cattle in the fence, corner of the fence is right there, 20 yards. And there's a deer trail that looks like it's coming out of this bottom, this cut, and coming up here to this field. So I think that there's a high chance that they might come and cut kind of right around this fence and then come out to this field and vice versa. So there's also a good chance there could be deer bedding up in the neighbors over there and then traveling back and forth. One pair of tracks I cut was pretty good, so as you can hear, it's pretty dang windy right now. So my entry was boom, flawless. No, didn't jump anything. I feel so freaking blessed to be here, honestly. I've never, I think, ever had the privilege of hunting a farm like this that's this nice and this big. You get used to everything being really hard, and I just walked the edge of an open field, plenty of deer sign, and I'm sitting within, a few hundred yards of the road. It's like, this is easy hunting. Very privileged hunting right here. So if I shoot a big 150s or even a 130s, it's not me. It's up there. It's God's doing, and it's God working and blessing other people and giving them open hearts to share what they have. That's just an attribute that you don't see too often. Everybody's selfish with what they have. I can even be selfish with what I have. I don't want to be, though. to shoot a doe that's got 2 fawns, but pretty cool. Wasn't really expecting to see deer do that, so it's good information. Especially once they cut this cornfield, I bet they'll really be traveling this fence line heavy, sticking to the cover.